This is chapter 3 and it is on list. A list in Python programming language is a mutable sequential data structure, and the elements in a list can be none. In case of empty list, can be none or more, and the elements can be of the same or different data types, and the elements are accessed using their respective numerical indices. List is very similar to string in the sense that both are sequential data structure, but the difference is that string contains the element in a string are characters. The elements in a list can be of any data type. Can be a string, can be a number, can be any data types. And lists are mutable, meaning list can be changed, can be modified. Unlike a string cannot be changed, cannot be modified. The original copy, the original version cannot be modified. Okay, all the manipulations, all the operations carried out on a string return a copy of the original version, but it doesn't. For example, a slicing operation will return a copy, okay, of the original version, but it doesn't change the original string. Or an uppercase, or the method uppercase method convert the string from lowercase or from any other case to uppercase, but it doesn't actually, in a real sense, it doesn't convert the string. It returns a copy of the original string in a uppercase version. But in the case of list, a list can be modified, can be changed. Okay, so the operations carried out on list can actually change the original list. This shall be noted, please. Okay, so that is why a list is a mutable. Mutable means it can be changed, and an element can be changed. An existing element in a list can be changed with another element. 1. 2. An element can be added to a list. 3. An element can be removed from a list. Okay, so let's look at how a list can be created. A list can be created from a list literal. What is list literal? A list literal is a pair of square brackets, and this pair of square brackets can contain nothing. It can contain nothing in the case of empty list, or one element or more than one element. In case of many elements, the element should be separated using comma. For example, look at this. This is an empty list, and look at this. This is a list that contains one element, and look at here. This is a list that contains more than one element, 3 elements, and separated using comma. Okay, so this is one way of creating a list, and a list can also be created from another sequential data type. For example, from a list, by passing the sequential data types as an argument to the function list. Okay, look at the syntax. List a pair of curly braces enclosing S, where S is any sequence or sequential data type. Perfect example of sequential data type is string. Okay, so let's look at examples of how, practical example of how list can be created. Look at this example. This is empty list. Okay, the input is a pair of square bracket and the output is pair of square brackets containing nothing, indicating that the list is empty. Okay, and look at example 2. What we have is a list containing 3 elements and all are numbers. It's a list of 10, 20, 30. Okay, and this is the output. Okay, so you don't expect the output to be changed because we are not performing any operation on the list. Okay, we are just trying to see how we can create a list. And look at this example 3, and this time the list contains is a list of string red, green, blue. Okay, 3 strings all separated using comma. This is the output, red, green, blue. And here we want to demonstrate in example 4. Example 4 is demonstrating how a list can be created from another sequential data types. And the data type we have here is, in the sequential data type we have here is a string, Python. Okay, so we write list and the parameter, the argument is Python, Python as string. And look at the return, the output. The output is a list of Python. Okay, each of these characters is a string. Okay, so this is a list and this is how to create a list. Thank you.